dog hair.
Yeah, thanks. Don't touch me. Welcome to Sports Shorts, where we bring you nothing that is new, but stories that are mildly related to sports.
Thanks for joining us for today's edition of Sports Shorts. Look, I can't promise you wouldn't be more worth your time to go over and download some free porn, but since you're watching, you might as well stay with us. I'm your host, Tyler Bonafite. Alongside me, Erica Bam Bam Bargin.
That's right, T-Bone. Since Michael Vick is approaching his 6-month mark at a U.S. penitentiary in Kansas, and we all knew he wasn't fooling anyone outside of prison with that Ron Mexico bit, we decided to bring you who he's not fooling inside prison.
Ron Mexico, he used that name so nobody would know. He tested positive for herpes down below. He's up to his tricks behind bars.
Ah yes, Vic Doggy Dog's brilliant alias landed him a civil suit against some cleat chaser who simply wanted a t-shirt that said, "I slept with Ron Mexico, and all I got was a lifetime worth of herpes."
And you know, who wouldn't want that t-shirt?
Great point. But he wasn't fooling her.
Or her vagina.
Must you use that word?
Vagina.
He wasn't fooling her, and he definitely wasn't fooling the rest of the people inside prison.
Michael Vick, you didn't fool the prison guard when you offered him Falcon season tickets in exchange for some smuggled Valtrex.
No, and he definitely didn't fool the female correctional officer whom he proposed a conjugal visit with, exclaiming, "I ain't had a flare-up in weeks."
Enticing. And you didn't fool your cellmate when you said that herpes is an airborne virus at your roomie's request to spoon naked.
Not so fast, Ronnie Mexico. Everyone still knows who you are, even under that cute little orange jumpsuit.
And guess what? Everyone's going to know who you are in that herpes commercial that you'll inevitably do because you have no money.
Dead broke.
That's what no money means.
Now, on to something a little more boring but far less disgusting, baseball. In a recent article published in the New York Times this past April, Stephen J. Dubner talks about how the slow pace of baseball has left viewers bored and ratings on the decline. Thanks, Dubs. I can't wait for your next piece about how there's a scarcity of white players in the NBA. While sitting through an entire baseball game is difficult for most, for me personally it's like getting kicked in the nuts repeatedly, we found one fan who's discovered the secret to enduring a full 9 innings: multitasking. Our own Bam Bam caught up with this special fella. Everyone, meet Tommy.
Tommy Tuck was tired of staying awake through the slow moments of baseball, whether it was a pitching change or simply any play that happened before the 9th inning. But he still wanted to follow that sport that he's loved since all of last year when his home team won the World Series. So he thought, why can't I have my peanuts and my Cracker Jacks?
So I just thought, if I can accomplish everything from my life goals to my daily responsibilities while watching a baseball game, I can still be a fan.
And those responsibilities can be overwhelming. Tommy does part-time day trading while managing a fantasy arena football team.
So I worked it out that from innings 1 to 3, if I looked up at the screen approximately maybe like 5 times during the span of the game while managing my trades, I would not only be done with the work for the day, but I wouldn't miss anything for the first third of the game.
This leaves 2/3 of the game for Tommy to make some trades in his other portfolio, his arena fantasy football team, and still leave time for personal to-dos.
Tommy, what do you say to Stephen Dubner's comment that baseball hasn't implemented the same innovation that football and basketball has, and that the only thing interesting in the sport is steroids?
What's more innovative and educational than steroids? I mean, come on. What people aren't getting is that the true innovation of baseball is that it gives you plenty of time to get shit done while not missing a goddamn second of what's happened in the game.
And getting shit done is what Tommy is all about. In this game, during innings 4 through 6, he was able to get in a quick workout with his personal trainer. He then decided to break up with his girlfriend. Then remember he liked consistent sex with little effort, get back together with her, and do his laundry.
Tommy says that Dubner's ideas for spicing up the game, such as shifting the infield, even on right-handed batters, is completely unnecessary.
You start introducing managerial decisions into baseball, and we as fans lose the ability to multitask. Just leave it as it is, and eventually the world will catch on. And I mean, suddenly those ratings that have gone down like 50% in almost 50 years will go up by at least a share or so.
And a couple of shares is just what Major League Baseball needs to revitalize its image. Looks like Tommy may be the one to reinvent innovation.
Yeah, good segment. You know, if Tommy's going to reinvent anything, he should probably move out of his mom's condo first. Give him a little credibility, you know what I mean? Tommy, if you're going to reinvent something, why don't you go ahead and reinvent baseball and have it not suck?
That's a sweet sentiment to close out the show. Well, that wraps up this episode of Sports Shorts, where we bring you little insight and a lot of unnecessary intonations.
I'm your host, Tyler Bonifite, alongside Erica Bam Bam Barjan.
Well, speaking of herpes, how is your mom feeling?
Just little flare-ups here and there, but Valtrex is brilliant.
Oh, I know, it's great. You just pop that right before you feel one coming on.
I mean, she still needs like some topical stuff.
Right. Abreva.
She's a clean chaser.
Yeah, well, aren't we all?